welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about bringing your family to the UK as a health care worker. So bringing your family into the UK, it is a process, of course, and then there are guidelines and requirements that are set by the Home Office. The Home Office is the one that issues their visas. So I have the points written down here. So when you want to bring your family into the UK, there are two scenarios that I'm going to talk about here. There are people who have saved enough money, people who have maybe a retirement after they've resigned, who will be having enough money to come to the UK with their family at the same time. And there are those who are the majority who will come to the UK and work for a few months before they actually bring their families here. It doesn't matter which route you use, the requirements are the same. So now I'm going to just talk about the requirements and who you can bring to the UK. Firstly, you can bring your partner to the UK. So your partner is someone you've been living with in a relationship for at least 2 years, and you're able to prove to the Home Office that you have been with that person for 2 years. And the proof can be via pictures, messages, or anything you shared during those 2 years that can prove that you're in a relationship. And this is to avoid people bringing people into the UK without being in a relationship with them. So that's what's required. So those are the requirements. And then the second one is your children. So you can bring any of your children below the age of 18 to the UK as dependent. And then obviously your children, you will have birth certificates and anything that will prove that they are your children. And then you can bring them to the UK. And again, there is an exception. If you have a child who has special needs, who is dependent on you, and they're over the age of 18, you can apply to bring them to the UK, stating the reasons and obviously providing proof that they are dependent and they have special needs. And again, guys, I would like to advise you, whenever you apply for your visa, coming to the UK, as the main visa holder, make sure all the information you provide in your visa application is correct and accurate. Don't put anything that is not supposed to be there, and don't leave anything out, because you'll have a problem when now you want to apply for your family to come over. Once you change information that you've provided in the first application, that may lead to rejection of the visa of your family members. So just make sure you apply using the correct information. And then guys, let's talk about the fees that are involved in bringing your family. I will start with the partner. Whether it's your husband or your wife or it's your partner, you are supposed to pay £247 to the Home Office for the visa application. So that is the amount that is required. And then there are other fees that can be added, like the fees for your BRP, the appointment. Depending on where you're going to do your appointment and whether the dates are available or not, the fee is dependent on that. So I cannot tell you the exact fee, but these fees are not costly. So that's what you require. And then the £247 application fee also applies to your children. For each child, £247 is required to apply for their visa, plus additional fees for the appointment, depending on where you're going to do the visa. And then again, guys, with your partner, they will need to apply for a police clearance, same as you. But your children don't need the police clearance. And under the health care work visa, your partner does not have to write the English exam, and your children obviously don't have to write the English exam. It's different from other visas, so that's why I'm talking specifically about the health and care work visa. So your partner doesn't have to write the English exam. So those are the requirements, and all your dependents will have to have the TB test. So that is a requirement for anyone applying for a visa, whatever type of a visa in the UK, who is coming from countries that are listed to have high prevalence of tuberculosis. You have to do the TB test. It's a requirement for your visa. And then guys, again, going forward, some sponsors will not sponsor you for support in the UK. So those are sponsors that are not A-rated. But mainly for the healthcare workers, the sponsor will be A-rated sponsor, meaning they will sponsor you, they will help support you when you're in the UK. This means that you don't have to have specific savings in your account to prove to the Home Office that you can support yourself in the UK, because your company will take that responsibility out of your hand. And this applies also to your family members. If your company is an A-rated sponsor, your family members don't have to prove that they'll have enough money to support themselves when they're in the UK. So the process of visa application is the same as your visa application. So the only difference is that you will be the main visa holder. So your dependents will need the number from you, the sponsorship number that you'll be given from your company to apply for your visa. And then if you are coming with your family at the same time, it means when you apply for your visa, you need to apply for your family visa as well. And then I advise you to speak to your agency for them to give you advice on how to do this, because you may need specific accommodation when you get here, depending on the size of your family. This will be different, because some people, if you're coming alone, they can just get you an apartment, but if you come with your family, you may need a house. So it's very much important to talk to your agency so that they prepare for your arrival. But remember, your agency will only pay for your visa and your flight. They will not pay for your family visas and flights. So that will be the cost that is on you. So that, bear that in mind. It's important to know. And then guys, once you have applied for your visa or your family visa, it takes about 3 weeks, and then they will get the visa. And then if you are in the UK already and your family is back in your country, of course, when the visas come, that's when you'll book for their flights to come over. And same thing, if you're still in your country, you wait for the visas to come out before you actually book for the flight. So guys, in this video, I didn't want to be long. That is the requirement. If you have any questions, you can write on the comment box below, and then I'll get to answer your questions. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And then if you want more information about the process of coming to the UK, please watch the previous videos. And then guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Cheers. Bye.